here, Morning Coffee with Marcaida. And today's topic, or thought for the day, is unlearning to learn. How to break habits once you've decided and consciously realized that this particular habit is just going to lead to problems. Or this is a habit that I have to break because everything we do is a habit. Case in point, my martial way. When I was learning a particular system in my years, once I've done it for 10 years, I found a different way to do the same thing better, more efficient. And actually, it was just a habit that I didn't want to do anymore. So I was able to change my moves, but every time I would do that, it would be from trying to emulate the ones I wanted to copy. But in the end, when I would go back to myself and doing my own thing, I would revert back to doing the old ways. Why? Because I had certain habits created from that particular system. It was very hard to do. Actually, it took me 1.5 to 2 years to break away from it. Even though consciously I would tell myself, don't do this, don't do this. But then when I would record myself without thinking about what I was doing, it would come out. And the reason for this is because you have habits that develop certain neural pathways or ways that the body moves that will always revert back to what you feel comfortable because these habits became comfortable to me. So I had to unlearn it. How do I do that? Number one, develop a new habit. Come up with a new way that creates the way that you want to focus on right now. But that's not enough because sometimes the root cause of reverting back to the old habits is that there are certain things that you keep on doing that will bring you back to that same habit. Case in point. So I thought there was a particular move I didn't like, the way they moved and everything. I'm not going to do that anymore. But I kept doing that. I go, but you know what? I don't particularly do that move anymore. So why am I still doing it? Even though I'm conscious to say, don't do that. Well, I found out that there were certain exercises from the previous system that still led me to do that same habit that I wanted to get rid of. So you have to study that and you have to make conscious decisions and conscious moves to make sure that you can counter that old stuff. Otherwise, you'll keep repeating and repeating and repeating the things that you're trying to break away from. You need to unlearn things, and you need to learn to unlearn things, if that makes sense. You need to find out what is the root cause that makes me keep on doing that. Now in life, everything we do is a habit. Same thing. If you don't understand that, you're doomed to keep repeating your mistakes. Learn when, they say perseverance is great. I'll keep on doing this until I push through. That's great if you wield positive results. Sometimes you keep on hitting because of habit. I'm forcing the issue when instead of forcing the issue and you're not getting results, find a way to go around it instead of right through. And how do you go around it? It's like finding new habits to go around it. Oh, look, there's a different way to go around stuff like that. So in this day of thinking, just basically have an idea about how do I break old habits? One way, create new habits that stay away from the old habits, but find the root cause of that old habit. That root cause is something that you don't want to keep repeating yourself. Otherwise, you keep repeating your mistakes. Doug Marcaida here, Morning Cup with Joe. All right, find good habits, get rid of the old ones. Bye-bye.